Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another book video. More specifically, another reading vlog. I've not done a reading vlog in a while. My last one was, I think, the Frida one, which is like October, I think. This camera feels like it's so wonky. I don't know what's going on. Okay, whatever. But today's video, I'm going to be reading the highest and lowest rated books on my physical TBR on Goodreads. I don't know how I'm going to phrase that. I saw Ellen Catherine do it, so complete credit to her. I'm going to tag her and link the video in the description so you can all go check her out, because hers was really entertaining. I really enjoyed it, so that's why I am doing it, because I thought it was a really fun idea to get through the physical TBR, because I need to. There's quite a few books on it. To be fair though, then I hear people say they've got like 100 on theirs and I'm like, actually mine's fine. I have got 36 books on my physical TBR, which I feel is not that many. Like in reality, when some people have so many, like I just said, why do I feel like I'm losing my voice? And also excuse the fact that if you watched my last book video, I think it will be my last one, where I was giving Kindle Limited series recommendations. Yes, this is filmed the exact same day. Sorry. I've got my Goodreads up here. I have all of my books on my physical TBR in a little folder. So if you want to follow my Goodreads, it is linked in the description of my videos all the time. But here we go. So I'm going to filter it to average rating. So nerve-wracking. I know the book that's the least highly rated. Also, I'm not going to read books that are in series. So I don't know if that's cheating, or in series that I know I'm going to do a video for. So like if any of the Boys of Torment, this is my issue every time I don't know how to say it, or the Actar series or Powerless series, I'm not going to read that. I hope that's not cheating. I don't care if it is, it's my video. Just because I'm going to do separate reading vlogs, reading all of them together, so I don't want to start that in this video. Okay, average rating. Okay, right, this is what I suspected. Let me just come near you. Here we go. So the first ones are the Boys of Torment series and Fourth Wing, but after that, because so it's Redeeming 6, then Fourth Wing, then Keeping 13, then Saving 6, then Binding 13. But after that is Just for the Summer, and this is by Keenan, and it's 4.43. That is so high, so let's try and find it. Just for the Summer, let's read the back. When Kate Harris accepts a job of redecorating her brother's house in the picturesque town of Willowberry, she knows it's just a stopgap before she has to decide what to do with her life after her divorce. Harry's the owner of Vale Volumes in Woolbury. His bookshop, as well as his life, could do freshening up. When Kate offers to spruce up for Vale Volumes, ready for the visit of a famous author, they find they have a lot more in common than colour schemes. Here we go, and then it says, both have secrets and responsibilities. Can they overcome the experiences of their past? There we go, a cute little summer romance. It is indeed the dead of winter, but that's okay. I don't think I've read a book by this author before. And then the last one, I think I know which one it is, but let's just check. Yes, it's The Life Impossible by Matt Haig, and this is 3.51 stars, which is still pretty good. And this is a hardback. I got this for my birthday. I have read The Midnight Library, but I read it so long ago. Honestly, I'm gonna check when I read it, because it was genuinely so long ago and I didn't really enjoy it, but it was like I was probably 15 when I read it. Yeah, I read it 2021, so I was 15. Yeah, so I gave it 2 stars. But this book is so highly rated, The Midnight Library, like it won the reader's favorite fiction in 2020. So I actually don't know, but we're going to give this book a try. What is it about? When retired maths teacher Grace is left... Oh my god, there's a map, guys. When retired maths teacher Grace is left a rundown house on a Mediterranean island by a long-lost friend, curiosity gets the best of her. She arrives in Ibiza with a one-way ticket and a guidebook and plan. Wait, this one sounds good. Among the rugged hills and golden beaches, Grace searches for answers about her friend's life and how it ended. What she goes is stranger than she could dream, but to dive into this impossible truth, Grace must first come to terms with her past. Wait, that kind of sounds good. This book has a map. Should we look at the naked book? So this is the map, honestly kind of fun, and then this is it. Well, I'm excited. Let's put it, actually no, I'm gonna leave it out of this because this is just gonna annoy me. Oh my god, there's Matt. I didn't know what he looked like. I was expecting an old man. So yeah, it actually sounds really good. I think I'm going to start with this one just in case I don't like it as much, just because it's the lowest rated one, and then finish with this one. So I will give running updates. This will be a spoiler-free vlog. I will at the end, which I've done in other videos, give a little spoiler section, so I'll give you the timestamp of when it is so that you miss it. Like when I finish talking about the book, I will then say, okay, I'm going to talk about spoilers, and then like add the timestamp so you don't have to listen to spoilers if you don't want to. So yeah, that is it. I'm so excited to read them. So I'll speak to you once I've started this book. I'm going to start it tonight. I'm going to go and get a snack, I think. And I've got to do a little bit of social media work and then we'll get to reading. The fact that there's a map makes me so happy and gives me faith. This lighting, awful. How do I do it? Just like this. So I've read 26 pages. I don't know if it's just me, but I hate it when a book is like talking about like, it's mentioned TikTok twice, and it mentioned that someone was wearing a tailor top, but they were like, let me find it. It was like, she had bobbed black hair and a t-shirt which said Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour on it, and I was like, that's, don't tell me that. I'm just gonna put this bookmark in. I'm gonna go and eat, which is why I'm stopping so early, because believe it or not, didn't get to reading when I said I would. I've literally read for like 20 minutes. But yeah, I hate it when a book like is speaking about relevant things. Like when a book mentions COVID, I'm like, actually COVID didn't happen in this book, please. Like, I like a book to not be like a different universe in the sense of it being like fantasy, but just like real things didn't happen. So yeah, it seems like a good enough book right now though, but that's my only little thing. But like, that's not making the book bad, it's just like I'm about 50 pages in, but I just wanted to come in because how many have I read? 52. I think, I don't know if it's like magical realism. I'm throwing that term out there. If you watched my 25 books I want to read 2025 video, you know that I actually have no clue what that means, but it feels like the correct term for this. I just feel like we're about to get some non-realistic things happen, magic, if you will, magical realism. I still don't know what magical realism is, but yeah, I just thought I'd film it to tell you that I don't normally read this type of stuff. And that was the Midnight Library. The Midnight Library was weird. It had like weird stuff going on. Wouldn't happen in our real life. You see what I'm getting at? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Okay, I think this might be the last I speak to you tonight because I like to turn my phone off and I film on my phone. So this is probably the last I'll speak to you, but I'll give you an update because I am going to keep reading. But I've read 80 pages. It's pretty good actually, and it's going pretty fast, which is good because I don't actually know if I'm reading it quickly, but I'm not like, oh my god, what page am I on? Like, am I almost finished? I think it helps that the chapters are really short. It's kind of written in like, not a letter form, but the story's written for someone. So it's a maths teacher that's writing this, and she's writing it to her student who emailed her. So the teacher, I hadn't realised, they hadn't made it clear, it's like 70, I think she's 73 or something. And then the student she's writing to is 20, she's in uni. And so yeah, I quite like it. It's quite interesting, not something I've read before, which is always nice because I've said this a few times, but I'm trying to branch out this year, read like different things rather than just reading things I'm comfortable with, because yes, I know I'm gonna like those books, but I could be reading books that I will then be shocked that I enjoy, that I never would have known about before. Yeah, so I am enjoying it, which is crazy because the Midnight Library I did not like. I think I might have DNF'd the Midnight Library. I can't remember if I did. If I didn't, then I can't remember how it ended. I'm actually enjoying it. The map hasn't really come in handy yet. I've not been too confused, but I actually love the map. I don't know why. It's so cute. That's kind of all I have to say right now. There's not too much like plot happening. She's kind of just meeting everyone in a beefer, getting familiar with them and all of that. So yeah, I don't have too much to report. I'll speak to you tomorrow. I'm hoping that I'll read this relatively quickly, like maybe finish it tomorrow. Honestly, if I read tonight and get to like the halfway point, read like 70 pages tonight for in about an hour, yeah, and then read for a couple of hours tomorrow, and I think I'll be done. Not that I want to like finish it soon, but I mean, maybe I have just really good books on my physical TBR because this doesn't feel like it's going to be the worst book ever. But yeah, maybe it gets weird. I don't know, like if kind of magic, because one of the characters in it who died, who left the house to the maths teacher, she was into like predicting the future, like being a psychic. So maybe that's, but like I don't mind that type of thing. Like that's not weird to me. Like no, I don't mind reading about that basically. So yeah, that's it. I am gonna go now, but I just thought I'd update you. Okay, it's the next day. Ignore the hair not looking my finest. I haven't read yet today, so I read a little bit after I last spoke to you. I got up to page 140, so I'm this far through, and it's okay. We've kind of, I can't remember what I told you last time. We've kind of got into the paranormal bit. I was then looking on Goodreads and it says it's a fantasy. I don't know if in my head fantasy is like witches, fairies, vampires, werewolves, like mythical creatures, rather than just someone having magic powers. I don't know if I haven't got far enough into the book to know like kind of if she does. I'm obviously gonna have to start being vague because I don't want to spoil it, but I don't think anything I said is spoilery. But it's going to like a paranormal part. I feel like paranormal's a better word for it than fantasy, but maybe they're like interchangeable. I don't know because I don't read fantasy, so I wouldn't really know. I am gonna start reading it, but I haven't yet. But I'm just gonna get into it. It's like 7:30, so I'm hoping to get quite a lot of reading in tonight. I've just been doing other things today. I am just going to set up, turn my reading light on. This is like such harsh lighting. Oh my god. That's the plan for tonight. So I'll probably time-lapse me reading and then I'll speak to you when I'm a bit further in. I'm hoping honestly to finish it tonight. I feel like I think I've got like 200 pages left, so maybe not. We'll see. I just need to like not go on my phone, which is why I'm gonna time-lapse it so I don't feel tempted to go on my phone. They just mentioned Taylor again, and they said an older song by Taylor Swift called Mirrorball Queen. First off, Mirrorball's probably not playing on a pop radio station, which is what she's listening to. Second off, Mirrorball is not an older song. Take it off. Maybe. Mirrorball came out, well, now 5 years ago. This book was written last year, 4 years ago. That is not an old song. I hate it when authors try and include Taylor like references, but it's so stupid. Like I was reading a book maybe a month ago and the author clearly did not know like anything about Taylor, which like fine, but she was like, oh yeah, and because it was from the male's perspective and it was like, oh, and she was dancing around the kitchen to Evermore by Taylor Swift. I was like, unless it's like, long story short, she's not dancing around the room to Marjorie, is she? Or Tolerate It. She's not dancing around the room to Evermore. If you said 1989, okay, even if you said Rap, Midnights, she's not dancing around the room to Evermore. Let's be real. She might be crying. She might be sat on the floor in a ball, curled up, sobbing. She's not dancing around the room. Okay, that's all I had to say. Let me just turn this off because it just looks awful. I have read up to page 220. This is the progress, and yeah, we're getting into like the magically, paranormally stuff. It's okay. Yep, it's okay. I don't know, I've definitely read better, but it's so much better than the Midnight Library, and it's kind of interesting. Like I don't know where the story's gonna go, so I want to keep reading. I might even finish it tonight, I don't know. So I don't know when I'll next speak to you, but I'll keep you updated. Oh, ignore the state of me, but I just finished the book. I don't really know the rating so far. I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm thinking like a 3.5-ish. I don't know what to mark it on Goodreads though, because it doesn't feel like a 4, but 3 feels medium and low. It was so much better than the Midnight Library, which is good. So I'm glad about that. And I'm going to talk a little bit about spoilers. I don't even know if this is like going to really spoil it, but timestamp if you don't want like any spoilers for when to skip to. So I don't know, like the paranormal stuff, I feel like this is good thing gonna ease me into fantasy, because this was like they were gaining powers to like read minds. I know that's obviously paranormal and fantasy-esque, but it doesn't feel as fantasy as like fairies, goblins, vampires, other creatures that aren't human with these powers. Like these were humans with powers. I don't know if that makes sense, and maybe that's me like not fully understanding fantasy, but I feel like yeah, it eased me into it. I literally can't get over how my hair looks, but I thought it was quite good, and I don't know, I liked the way it ended. I was worried that Grace, obviously I knew that like she wasn't going to die because like the story was written to someone, so I knew she wasn't going to die, but I thought she might like dive right at the end into a little hole, but she didn't, which was good. And it was sad about Alberto dying, but also like again with him, I'm glad he didn't go into the hole, because then it's like, oh, maybe his ashes went into the hole like they suggested. And yeah, Marta was an icon. I hated Art, he was annoying. I quite liked it, because it was quite different from what I usually read. Like there was no romance, there was no like proper mystery, because if I don't read a romance it's normally like a mystery or thriller, but this wasn't either of them. Like obviously like at the start there was a slight mystery of like, oh, what's happened, but it wasn't a mystery in the sense of like we're solving a crime really, because pretty quickly like she knew what had happened to Christina. That was what she was called, wasn't it? So yeah, spoilers have ended now. So if you're joining me again, oh my god, if you're joining me again, hi. So we've finished this now. I can mark it as read on my Goodreads, and then we're gonna start Just for the Summer by Keenan. I'm excited about this. This is kind of switching gears because obviously this is just a summer romance, so sometimes you just need that. I think I got this from The Works. I think it was really cheap on The Works, so I got it. I've actually never heard of it, you know, like I don't think I've even recommended it. I think I just saw it on The Works and I was like, you know what, let's get it. So I'm gonna start it. How long is it? It looks like 350. Yeah, like 330-ish. Okay, I will probably not start reading right now. Sorry, I'm just gonna mark The Life Impossible was read. Yeah, I probably won't start reading right now. I'll update you when I do and how I feel. I'll do similar from what I just did with that book, not like giving spoilers. But good morning, ignore the state of my hair. I have been reading the book. I'm this far through. I read 150 pages, I think. Yeah, 154. It's pretty good, honestly. It's very like summery, very easy, quick, you know, like it's enjoyable, but it's nothing special. I can't see quite why it was so highly rated. Like it's obviously really enjoyable, but I can't see that it's going to be like a 5-star. It might be a 4, like a 3.5. I don't know, but it's so hard because like I'm probably enjoying this more than the last book. I don't know if I'd give it like much higher than I gave the other one. I don't know. I've not finished it yet. So yeah, I just thought I'd update you. It's also the 3rd book in the series. Maybe I should have read the other 2 first. I think they're like interconnected standalones. I assume the first 2 books are about her brothers. I've got my retainer in and it's late. People are asleep, so I'm sorry if I sound weird, but I'm pretty far through. I've got like 100 pages left. I'm really enjoying it. I'm thinking like 4 to 4.5 stars. Hopefully I'll finish it tonight. I'll update you, but I'll probably go in depth tomorrow morning. I just wanted to give you this update, but yeah, it's good. My hands are so cold. I finished it. I'm gonna go to sleep now. I'm so tired. I'll speak to you in the morning. Hey guys, it's the next day. I didn't speak to you much last night, obviously, because I was trying to be quiet and I was so tired after I finished my book. So just for the summer, quick recap, then I'll do a recap of both the books together. I thought it was really good. I gave it 4.25 stars. I don't know what I said to you last night. I really can't remember. 4.25 stars, which I think is my highest rated book that I've read this year. So that's really exciting. I really liked it. I did a relatively in-depth review on my Goodreads, which is in my description if you want to see that. And I said in the review that I quite liked it because the characters, I don't know how old they were. Female she had 3 kids and the oldest one was 16, so I'd imagine she's like 40s-ish. And I don't know, it was slightly nicer reading a book where the characters are a bit more mature. Like the book itself wasn't mature, but the characters being a bit more mature, slightly less childish. Like the reasons for fallout, I mean, like the third act breakup, kind of, not even that though, because like it didn't even feel over dramatic because of who she is. Like it made sense. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice small town summer romance book. It wasn't too deep, you know, there wasn't too much, you know what I mean, like it was a nice fun easy read. So yeah, and I'll talk a little bit about spoilers. I don't even have too much to say. I'll just put it here when to skip to if you don't want spoilers. Okay, I hope you're all gone now for spoilers. I feel like her moving to the town was predictable, but also I'm glad it happened. I hate Phil, her husband, because like, what a horrible man. Like, I don't know, he just seems so stupid. Also, one thing that I thought was a bit odd was that in the book she said that Florence, who's Phil's wife, that she'd been like, oh, can you call me? And she'd been like stressing about calling her. And then there was a paragraph, like a very short paragraph about the call. We didn't get to like witness the call, you know, like with speech and everything. And like, I don't even know what she called about. I don't know. It's just like they hyped up this call and then they didn't even tell us what it was about. But I really liked them. I thought Harry was sweet and I thought it was a good book. Okay, spoilers are over. So I definitely would say that this is the highest rated book and this is the lowest out of the two. That makes sense. And what was this? I think this was like an average of 3.5 stars, which is still really good. I gave it 3.75, so I thought it was slightly better than what it is. And then I think this was like 4.4 stars. I gave it 4.25, so I thought it was slightly worse than the reviews, but also like they're very small differences. So honestly, I think it's kind of accurate. This is a lot more my taste and I knew that going into it. So I knew I'd probably prefer this more. But yeah, I thought that this one was still enjoyable and got me like into this mindset of like fantasy, paranormal, magical realism, all of that jazz. So I'm glad because I'm more just in the mindset. So when I read like ACOTAR, I don't know, Powerless, I'll just maybe feel a bit more like, oh, this isn't shocking. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, this label's really annoying me. Just the one thing about this, first off, it's written by a man. And some of the things, like they were making pop references. And I guess they do that because they want it to be like relatable. And also because the main character whose perspective it was in, she was 73 or something. So I guess she's looking at pop culture things. Like she probably would be like, oh, and I heard this song from Taylor Swift. But it was more the fact that they said the old Taylor Swift song Mirrorball. I was like, if you're gonna talk about something, at least make sure that it's right, because I feel like my grandparents, they would first off, Mirrorball is not playing on a Spanish radio station. Let's get that clear. And if they were, I'm not imagining that my grandparents are gonna hear it and go, oh, this is an old Taylor Swift song. If they had Shake It Off, they'd be like, oh. If they had Love Story, you know. But like Mirrorball is not an old Taylor Swift song. Anyway, that like bugged me. Just sometimes when books try and make pop culture references, but it's kind of, it's not done well. Because like, I think I told you that I read a book where the main character was described as dancing around the kitchen to Evermore, and I was like, no, she's not, because you don't. I'm crying to Marjorie and Champagne Problems and Evermore. That was one of the things that like, oh, I just cringe when I read it. But like, that's not like a big issue. It didn't bring the rating down, I don't think, but it was just a little comment. And then this book, yeah, I thought that it was good. When did it come out? 2021? I don't know. I liked it. I thought the town was nice. I just, yeah, it was happy, nice vibes, and it was set in the UK, and I feel like I don't read too many books set in the UK, and some of the things I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I don't know, I liked it. But that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If there are any more reading challenges you want me to do, if you want me to do this video again where I read again the highest and lowest rated book, or maybe I could do like the most read and least read book, because you can look at like the highest and lowest shelved book or something like that. I don't know. Let me know if there's any like reading challenge, reading vlog things you want to see. Also just any normal videos, whatever you want, just comment them down below. So yeah, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, post notifications, comment down below. What do I want you to comment? The sun emoji for just for the summer. And yeah, that's it. I love you. Goodbye.